You look at your bank account and see zero. You look at your contact list and see nobody who can pull a lever for you. You look at your last name and realize it doesn't carry any weight in the halls of power. It feels like the world isn't just ignoring you. It feels like the world is moving forward without you, leaving you behind in the dust while everyone else seems to have the cheat codes. But here is the brutal truth that you need to hear right now: that feeling of emptiness, that lack of resources, is not the end of your story. It is the very beginning. History is not written by the people who had the golden ticket handed to them at birth. It is not written by those who walked through open doors. History is carved out by the people who started with absolutely nothing and simply refused to quit. Look at Oprah Winfrey, who rose from the dirt of rural poverty to become a billionaire media mogul. Look at Howard Schultz, who was raised in the projects and watched his father break his ankle and lose his livelihood, only to go on and build the Starbucks empire. Look at Damon John, who didn't have funding or a fashion degree, but started sewing hats in his mother's house in Queens because he saw a gap in the market. They didn't have a head start. They had grit. So if you are reading this right now, maybe you are broke, maybe you are doubting yourself, or maybe you are terrified of the future. Consider this your wake-up call. This is your permission to stop waiting and your command to start rising. We are going to walk through the fundamental philosophy of the underdog entrepreneur. These are the lessons you must master if you want to break through the noise. No money. No connections. No excuses. The first mental shift you have to make is to stop waiting for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment is a myth. Most people spend their entire lives waiting for the stars to align. They wait for the investment capital. They wait for the economy to improve. They wait for their uncle to introduce them to a business partner. Winners do not wait. Winners start with scraps. They look at what is directly in front of them and they utilize it with ruthless efficiency. Damon John didn't wait for a loan officer to approve his business plan for FUBU. He went to the fabric store, bought cheap material, and started sewing. He sold his product on the street corners because that was the only distribution channel he had. The truth is that you already have something valuable in your possession. It might be a specific skill set, it might be your spare time after work, it might be your unique voice, or it might just be the smartphone in your pocket and a notebook full of scribbled ideas. You need to take a physical inventory of what is in your hands right now. Stop looking at what you lack and start leveraging what you have. That tiny resource, that small skill, is the seed from which your empire begins. Once you start, you will realize that obsession is the only currency that matters. The market does not care about your budget, it cares about your intensity. People with money can hire employees who have passion, but people with true passion build empires that money can't buy. Look at Elon Musk during the early days of Tesla. When the company was bleeding cash and on the verge of total collapse, he didn't just clock out at 5 p.m. He slept on the factory floor. He breathed the problems of the company. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, didn't have a marketing budget or a team of consultants. She went door to door, standing in department stores herself, showing women how her product worked, fueled by an absolute obsession with her solution. Obsession is the great equalizer. It acts as a substitute for capital. It makes up for a lack of connections. It overpowers bad luck. If you are truly obsessed with your vision, you will outwork, outlast, and outthink the competitor who is merely interested in the business. Interest is a hobby, obsession is a business model. However, obsession alone isn't enough if you cannot communicate your value to the world. You must learn to sell, and you must learn to sell yourself first. If you cannot sell, you simply cannot survive in the wild. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak didn't just build a computer in a garage. Jobs sold the concept of Apple to investors and consumers before the company was even a real entity. He understood that selling isn't about being sleazy or manipulative. Selling is storytelling. It is the ability to transfer your belief in your product into the mind of another person. It is showing someone exactly why your vision matters to them. You have to practice this skill every single day. Pitch your idea to a mirror. Pitch it to your friends until they are sick of hearing it. Record yourself on video and watch it back. You have to be your own first convert. If you cannot convince yourself that what you are doing is vital, you will never convince the world. As you begin to sell and build, you are going to hit walls. This brings us to the necessity of redefining failure. In the school system, failure is a bad grade. In entrepreneurship, failure is tuition. It is the price you pay for entry. Thomas Edison didn't fail 1,000 times when trying to invent the light bulb. He found 1,000 ways that didn't work, which guided him to the one way that did. James Dyson built over 5,000 prototypes of his vacuum cleaner before he got it right. 5,000 rejections from reality. Every single failure is a data point. Every mistake is a piece of feedback telling you how to adjust your trajectory. The problem isn't that you are failing, the problem is that you are failing too quietly and too slowly. You need to fail loud, fail fast, and learn faster. Stop hiding your mistakes. Wear them as armor. The faster you can cycle through failures, the faster you arrive at the solution. Now, let's talk about the excuse of having no connections. This is the biggest lie people tell themselves to justify inaction. Connections are not a birthright, they are built. In the modern world, you can network without ever attending a fancy gala or having a membership to a country club. You can reach almost anyone on the planet with a thoughtful, well-crafted email or direct message. But here is the secret: you must offer value before you ask for a favor. Mark Cuban has famously replied to cold emails from strangers, not because they begged him for money, but because they pitched him a concise, intelligent idea that solved a problem. You are literally one message away from an opportunity that could change the trajectory of your life. Make it a habit. Send one genuine, value-driven message to someone in your industry every single day. If you do that for a year, that is 365 seeds you have planted. The odds are in your favor that one of them will grow. While networking opens doors, it is discipline that walks through them and stays in the room. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are fickle. Motivation gets you started on January 1st, but discipline is what keeps you going on February 14th when it's raining and you're tired. Look at Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He is worth hundreds of millions of dollars, yet he is in the gym at 4 a.m. every single morning. He doesn't do it because he has to, he does it because discipline is his identity. It is the structure upon which his success hangs. You need to set non-negotiables in your life. Small wins that you achieve every day, regardless of how you feel. When you stack these small wins, they create an unstoppable momentum. In the long run, discipline beats talent. Discipline beats luck. Discipline beats almost everything because it is reliable. And as you build this discipline, you must apply it to your finances. You must learn the language of money. Money does not respect dreams, it respects management. Robert Kiyosaki wasn't born into wealth, but he dedicated his life to understanding how money moves, how taxes work, and the difference between an asset and a liability. If you want to be rich, you have to study financial literacy like your life depends on it, because in business, it absolutely does. You need to track your expenses, understand your cash flow, and know your margins. There is a saying that if you cannot manage $100, you will never manage $1 million. The habits you build when you are broke are the habits you will carry when you are wealthy. We are living in the greatest era in human history for the underdog because of digital leverage. Your phone is not just a toy, it is a global headquarters. The internet is the great equalizer that destroys barriers to entry. Mr. Beast started in his bedroom and built a media empire that rivals traditional television networks, all using YouTube. Kylie Jenner leveraged her Instagram following to build a billion-dollar cosmetics brand. Small startups are becoming giants using TikTok for marketing and Shopify for distribution. You do not need a physical storefront on Fifth Avenue. You need a Wi-Fi connection. You need to pick one platform and master it completely. Build digital assets, videos, blogs, code, content, that work for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even while you sleep. This is leverage. People often say they can't succeed because they have no mentor to guide them. This is another excuse. Your mentors are waiting for you in the library. Warren Buffett reads 500 pages a day. Oprah Winfrey studied the lives of people she never met. Your mentors are available in books, in podcasts, in audiobooks, and in YouTube interviews. The wisdom of the smartest people who have ever lived is available to you, often for free or for the price of a paperback book. You don't need to meet them for coffee to learn from them. You just have to consume their knowledge and apply it. If you aren't reading, you are choosing to be ignorant. The answers you are looking for have already been written down. Finally, you must learn to bet on yourself relentlessly. The biggest risk in life is not failing. The biggest risk is never trying and living with the regret of what if. Oprah was fired from her first TV anchor job and told she wasn't fit for television. Jack Ma was rejected by Harvard 10 times and was the only person rejected from a job at KFC out of 24 applicants. Today, he is a titan of industry. Why? Because he bet on himself when nobody else would. You have to be your own biggest believer. You have to take that bold action. Launch the page. Make the cold call. Build the prototype. Your move might look small today, but it could be the spark that ignites the rest of your life. When you strip it all away, having no money, no connections, and no family name is not your prison. It is your fuel. It is the fire that burns the impurities out of your character. Every single empire that you look up to and admire started with empty pockets and stubborn faith. The playing field is never going to be level, But the internet and your sheer will can tilt it in your favor. So the only real question remaining is, what is stopping you? It isn't the economy. It isn't the government. It isn't your parents. It's you. History doesn't wait for permission. History is written by the people who dare to pick up the pen. Right now, history is waiting on you. It is your move. If this message lit a fire in your soul, do not just let it burn out. Share it with someone who needs to wake up. Subscribe to the channel, because we are building a tribe of people who refuse to settle for an ordinary existence. Now, go build your empire.